G'day elites, welcome back to Saturday Sorceries. It's me, your Aussie lad, Beau Cremer. I hope you're well, I hope you've had an incredible week so far. I'm going to teach you some really super easy, simple levitations today. Let's get into it. So after the last episode of Saturday Sorceries, quite a few of you reached out to me and wanted to take your social media and even your website game up to the next level by making more interesting shots. Now, a lot of you I know don't have access to like levitation props and that type of thing. So I thought I'd start really simple this week and make something levitate for you. Now we've got two different methods for you. One is super simple, literally drag and drop. And I'll teach you another method where we can actually get into it and teach you how to take these levitation shots yourself. So let's get into it. Now I do need to say that these Photoshop images are just for social media only, such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that type of thing. Obviously it's more beneficial for you to do these actual levitations in real life for real people using actual props and gimmicks. But I know sometimes you're in front of the Eiffel Tower and you haven't got your Rubik's Cube on you and you haven't got your levitation devices and you want to make it float. So these are just quick props that you can easily add and link into all your photos and get that post out, get that story out and be happy on the run. But obviously if you are looking for actual levitation devices, you can see some on screen right now. And I'll link in the description below where you can pick them up at your favorite magic shop. But again, these are just quick posts to do. So let's get straight into it. Now here's the easiest version you'll ever do. What I've done is I've created a whole bunch of PNGs of different items that you can go out and have fun with and save them to a Dropbox. The link is in the description below where you can go and you just download those photos to your phone. And now I'll teach you how to put them on your stories or in your photo that you want to put it on. So let's jump into that now. So here we are. So for an Instagram, we want to put that photo on as a story. We'll click over to our photos, open up the image that you want to put you on. So if you want to take a photo of you, your hand out or something levitating it, then you kind of want to just zoom it in there to your hand. Once you're happy there, you're going to go into your photos to where you have all your objects. Here I'm going to use a coffee cup. So you're going to tap the image and down the bottom right hand corner here, you'll see some options to do stuff with the image. You want to go copy photo and then come back into Instagram and it'll come up down the bottom here and say add sticker. So you'll add that image in here. You can blow it up and zoom it around. And there you go. You've got a levitating image on your story. And then you can put a caption in. Like, yeah, you're more than fix your coffee and you're good to go to post to your stories. Now, if you want to use this to put on an image, not on just your stories, use any photo app that you like in the App Store. I personally use Photoshop Mix. And what you do here is you select an image that you want. So I'll go image. On my phone, recents, and then what we'll do is we'll select that image of me concentrating and you just click up here and go add an image, and then we're going to go through and say select the coffee cup again, and then all you're going to do is readjust that around like this and you're good to go. You are now done. You just save that to your phone, ready to post. Alright, so here's how to take that shot yourself. All you're going to do is you need an object like this, so say a Rubik's Cube, and what you're going to do is you're going to pinch it. If you have someone to help you take this photo, even better, but if you have it on a tripod like I do, you're going to hit your timer on your phone and just get into action. But what you're going to do is you're going to clip it with your fingers on the back of the object like this, and just pinch it and hold it like this and angle it down. So you get a nice little shot like this. You can obviously straighten these up so these aren't twisted, but you're like this right now. And what you want to do is you want to make sure your fingers aren't in shot. So if you're actually holding like this, it's going to be harder to Photoshop that out later. So if you have it clipped at the back like this, you're clipping onto one of the squares like this, and you're going to angle it down so you can see your cube just like so. Obviously, if you don't like those colors, you can rotate it around and clip it somewhere else like that. Now, what you're going to do is set your timer on your phone or on your camera and take a photo of that shot. Just of your cube, doesn't matter if you're pulling a face in the shot, does not matter. Then once you've taken that shot, you're going to drop that cube, get rid of it, put it in your pocket, whatever you want to do. Then you're going to hold your hand out, or you're going to hold your hand like this, whatever you want to do, whatever action shot you want to do, and have your hand like this, set your timer again, and take that exact same photo. Then we're going to go into editing. So that's all you're going to need to do to take those two shots. You're going to have a background shot where you can actually take your hand out, and then an object shot. So 2 shots will get you that sorted. Now, same thing again with a deck of cards. What you want to be doing is not have your fingers over the front too much. You want to grip it at the back as much as you can. So hardly even grabbing the deck. You're very minimum. If you can, and I've done this before, which is quite easy to do, a suction cap that you use like I used mine from a bathroom, which I had like a coat hanger on, or a coat hanger or hook. I could hang my towel on. That in the bathroom, suction cap to the back of a deck, and then that was easier. I did it to a phone as well. You can see the photo just here, and that was suction cap to the back of the screen. But again, you're just gonna pinch as little of the back of the deck as you can. Have that out. Take your photo of the deck with your timer, and then again with your hand out. Easy as that. Now we'll get into how to edit those photos up. Okay, so here we are, we're in Photoshop. We have the one of the cube just floating there. And then we have the one of me, look at that concentration, making that levitate. So we're gonna drop this cube in now. So what we're gonna do, it's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can either use the quick select tool over here, up in the select and mask. But for this one, I'm just gonna use the lasso tool, the polygon lasso tool, because we've got a lot of nice sharp edges coming in here. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. And you can see like it's like a bit out of focus on some edges of the cube. So I'll show you how to fix that up. But you're gonna come in here and just draw your tool around here. Quick select tool would be good, but you're gonna get issues where, see where it's out of focus and it's gonna not know where to cut to. You're probably gonna lose a lot of these edges. So we wanna keep those in. Now this is gonna create a sharp line here, but we can get rid of that sharp line in just a second to make it a little bit easier to hide. You can do this with the pen tool too, so you can get curved edges. But it's not gonna really matter for this one because I'm gonna use a blur tool in a second and blur these edges and finish that selection off. Now we can zoom out. You can see here, it is now all selected. We want to duplicate this cube. So a couple of different ways. You can either go copy and paste, or you can use Command J to duplicate that selection. So you can see here, if we turn off this layer over here on the right-hand side, turn that off, and you can see that cube is just floating by itself. So now we want to right-click on that layer, go duplicate layer, and drop it into our other image. So, okay, we come here, and we now see that cube floating around in space here. And we can just move it over the hand, move it into where your eyesight's looking at. Obviously, you don't want it up here or down here because I'm not looking at it. So you kind of want to move it to where you're looking at. All right, so like I mentioned before, you want to go through and I want to tighten up those edges. So they're like very sharp here, which isn't too bad, but we want to make it blend in with like your kind of unfocused here. So over here in your blur tool, so if you're in here and you have like sharpen or smudge, you want to make sure obviously you have blur. You're just going to run down those edges and unsharpen those edges. And that should get you sorted. And then we're going to run over here. Okay, here. And where else is it a bit blurred there? So here. And here. And run down this edge a bit too. There we go. Now if we zoom out, yeah, that's a lot better. A lot less sharp and crisp around those edges. And we are good to go. Now you can export this straight out and save it to your computer, upload to your socials, whatever you want to do. But that's all we have time for Saturday Sorceries this week. Next week, we're getting back into a physical effect, something that I've actually created years and years and years ago. I haven't released, and I'm going to teach you how to make it and perform the effect, which I'm really excited about. So I'll see you next episode on Saturday Sorceries. And also, if you haven't already, please like the video as it helps out the video loads. And if you're new here, please consider hitting subscribe because I know you won't regret it at all. You won't regret it. Now also, please tag us in your photos when you post them. I'd love to check them out and reshare them. By all means, thank you again. And if you have any levitation videos, also tag us in those as well because I'd love to share those as well. Now take care, champion. Have a great weekend. Bye for now. See you later.